1460 WVOX.
Now, live from Whitney Media, 1460 WVOX, the Greenburgh Report, with Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner. You can join in the conversation at 914-636-0110. Now on 1460 WVOX, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Good morning, I'm Paul Feiner. I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and today we have a very interesting program. My guest is Meeta Kumar, and Meeta has had a lot of experience in hospitality, in business services, in philanthropy, in music, and recently opened a UPS store center on Central Avenue in the Edgemont section of Greenburgh. And we'll discuss the challenges the new businesses faces, and why Meeta decided to open up a UPS store on Central Avenue in Greenburgh. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feiner, for inviting me today in your talk show. I really appreciate your support, and I'm very excited to speak about my experiences today. This has been a very, very exciting phase of my life where I had the opportunity to open this new UPS store on Central Park Avenue. As you just mentioned, that my prior experiences in the hospitality industry, business services, and philanthropic activities has given me the opportunity where I have always enjoyed connecting with people and working with organizations in the community. And based on this experience, my dream was to own a business that I could make a difference in the community and offer essential services and products. By opening this franchise, I had the opportunity to pursue my entrepreneurial vision with the guidance and support of a world-class recognized brand, and still be able to continue to make a difference in the community.
That's great. Now, where is the UPS store located?
This UPS store is located at 656 Central Park Avenue in Scarsdale, 10583, and we serve all the neighboring communities of Greenburgh, Scarsdale, Yonkers, Ardsley, Hartsdale. So we cover Eastchester. So we cover every community that's neighboring to our store.
When you open up a franchise, does the UPS corporate offices have to approve the location? And do you do all the scouting for the locations? And then do they have to okay or reject it?
Yes, what I understand, there was a UPS store many, many years ago in Scarsdale, Greenburgh location on Central Park Avenue, but for many years, then they closed down because I believe the franchise owner had to move to a different city. So there was a void in the community where a need for these products and services was there, but corporate was looking for the right franchise owner with the right background. They wanted to have a one-stop destination. With the new Blue Horizon model, they were looking to open a store in a community like Greenburgh and Scarsdale, where we could have a wide range of different services.
What are some of the services that you provide?
So, yes, we are focused. Large part of our business is logistics, but we do offer a lot of print. At this location, I have a very qualified graphics designer on board. Her name is Ivana Greenfield, and she brings a lot of her skills and talent. We are currently helping Scarsdale Business Alliance with this Scarsdale Music Festival that's going to be tomorrow with all their print needs. So we have the ability to do all the banner printing, poster printing, flyers. We do a lot of business. We can help small businesses with their business cards. We help design menus for new restaurant owners, and we have done that with the new locally owned restaurant, Don Jose.
Where's Don Jose?
That's on Central Park Avenue, right next to Bed Bath & Beyond. So we have the ability to do everything, and we offer mailbox services, notary services, shredding, faxing, and we also do certified mail for USPS. people have the convenience to drop off packages where we can provide a courtesy service.
So the UPS is more than the old-fashioned UPS store.
This is, yes, I would say yes, with a new brand image.
We have to take a break.
Sure.
And then we'll be back in 5 minutes. And my guest is Meeta Kumar, and she owns a franchise, a new UPS store on Central Avenue. And the address again?
656 Central Park Avenue, Scarsdale, New York.
I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor.
Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Paul Feiner, I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and my guest is Meeta Kumar. And Meeta just opened up a UPS store on Central Avenue. Again, the location is
656 Central Park Avenue in Scarsdale, New York, 10583.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you were talking about your dealings with the franchise, the corporate offices,
yes,
it seems like it was almost like an honor to be selected. If somebody wants to open up a franchise and they say, oh, I want to open up a franchise and they call a corporate headquarters, is it a competitive process? Is it automatic, or is it difficult to get approved by them?
I think the process is very extensive. You have to go through a pre-screening that happens, a pre-qualification. And what was good for me, I guess, I feel fortunate to be picked as the new franchise owner is because of my background. I have a philanthropic background. I have nonprofits that I've worked. I have created businesses in the past, and I get very excited about building new things and being a part of creating a new store. So when this opportunity came to build this new contemporary Blue Horizon store, it was very, very exciting for me. And with my prior background, because I've had 2 or 3 businesses that I've created from scratch, I think helped me qualify for this location to be the new franchise owner.
Is it expensive to start a business?
Yes, especially with the new this new contemporary design and the brand image that UPS is now going to come up with for all their new stores. There is initial investment, yes, that you have to be financially sound, and they're looking for you to be comfortable with those numbers. Yes, yes.
And how long does it take to make up the...
I would say I hope to recover within the next 3 years. My investments, yes.
So somebody who wants to start a business,
yes,
they have to have financial backing,
yes,
or personal wealth. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult.
yes. Oh, and but I was fortunate enough because I was able to qualify for small business loans that I applied for. So I was able to get some support, financial support from there, and then my husband, who has been very supportive in this project for me. He has his own business, but this was something that was my little baby, and he wanted to support me, and he helped me financially support this. Yes.
So what advice would you give to somebody who just wants to start a business?
I would say, if you have a true entrepreneurial heart, definitely go for it, because this is one of the world-class brands that will support you in every way. I got 100% support from every department in the corporate, whether it was the design team, whether it was the real estate team. But if you are willing to take the risk, willing to work hard, willing to stay focused, because it requires a lot of organization and you have to stay on top of it. And my construction team was amazing to work with contractors who are all UPS certified contractors and have extensive knowledge and skill set. So I think if you are entrepreneurial...
So the franchise has to sort of approve even the contractors that are building the store?
Yes, everything has to
be... I never
be...
knew that.
Yes, because we have to follow... everything has to be in compliance. We cannot just have our own plans. Everything has to be approved. So the new franchisees have to understand that process. And we go through an extensive training for, it's a university business course that we have to understand. Corporate helps us to understand the financial model of how to run the business. And then, of course, we have the operations training, extensive operations training that we have to go through before we can even open.
Great. People think you open up a store and everything, if it's successful, that it's so easy. Were there any obstacles that you faced and frustrations, bumps along the road?
I guess during these unprecedented times that we are all living in, it was challenging for me to figure out the timeline. I had a timeline to follow, and to get with the supply chain issues, definitely it was challenging to get the materials on time. The other challenging part was the hiring process, but I was patient. I took about 4 to 6 months to hire my team. And that was the two main challenges I had. But I guess everything is just a part of the learning process.
When you hire a team, and you say to somebody, "Oh, I'll hire you in 4 months." Well, is it hard because they may not want to wait around?
Yes, I had that experience because initially my plan was to open the store just before the holidays. But then because I could not get the materials on time and my fixtures and fittings were getting delayed, I had to move my timeline to the spring opening. Some of the people that I hired were very excited about this opportunity, and they wanted to grow with the business, so they waited and they found something part-time to work while my store was getting ready. So I have a team of young women who are working, who want to make this as a career going forward. And I want to see them grow both financially and professionally.
So basically, people who are working there, they may eventually own a franchise.
Absolutely. I would love to see that happen because this is something very exciting. You work, you help the community, you're very involved in providing great customer service. And that should be the goal. And if people enjoy doing that, why not? They should definitely be able to open one day, and I would love to support them.
If somebody recently graduated college and you get the degree and
Yes.
And you've never had experience, is it worth starting out even as a cashier? Or
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I call all my associates, I call them United Problem Solvers. Another way to, say you are an associate. You are basically solving problems for the community. And you start at that level. And yes, then I have a few people who I'm training right now to become assistant managers. And I'm giving them more responsibilities to learn other aspects of the business and getting them involved in, different areas like operation, how you can get involved in the operations, how you can get involved with the vendors, teaching them different aspects of the business, and they are learning and they're very excited about it.
So it's always worth, a job should never be too minor for
Yes.
somebody starting out. It's sometimes good to actually start small, learn the business, and then go to assistant manager, and then
Yes.
get management
Yes.
training, and then eventually you own
Become
a
the
company.
primary operator of the store.
That
Yes.
is great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. We have to take another break, and we'll be back with Meeta Kumar, who just opened up a UPS store on Central Avenue in the Edgemont section of Greenburgh.
WVOX. Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Hi, I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk with Meeta Kumar, who just opened up a UPS store on Central Avenue and in the Edgemont section of Greenburgh, and we were talking about starting a business, and she interviewed, you said, about 60 people for 5 or 6
Yes.
jobs, and your goal was good customer service.
Yes.
But your goal is also to train the employees that you hire so they won't just have low-level UPS jobs, but they'll learn management
Yes.
and skills, and maybe one day open up a franchise. I'm sort of interested because I deal with a lot of students, and if somebody, say, starts a low-level, entry-level job out of school, what advice would you give them? Like, how long should they stay in the current job? When should they start looking for an assistant manager position? What would your advice be?
Yes, I've had a few high school students reach out to me for an opportunity to work. I think it's a great idea for them to just learn about the basics of the business during the summer when they have time, and it also gives them an opportunity to do community service through this. We have, as I mentioned to you, that I focus on a lot of different things. The learning processes, how to process shipments, we have different kinds of transactions that we deal with and in this UPS store. So they will have the opportunity to learn a lot of different transactions, and that's the basic skill that they want to build to understand what goes to the next level. And then they have the opportunity to also get involved in the print side of the business. We have print production printers, which require a lot of technology skills, like Adobe Suites, and we work with a lot of different technologies to do these print jobs. So those kids who love working with technology will have the opportunity to build some skills in the technology aspect of the business. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to start as an associate level, whether it is for the print production or whether it is on the operation side of the business, and then slowly, eventually build their skill sets to learning the bigger operation aspects of the business.
And do you believe that people should keep moving up?
Yes.
Or do you feel that they should stay in a job for like if somebody has a resume and they keep changing jobs, is that bad? Or, what are you looking for?
So when I was interviewing for my team, that was the most important thing for me to know what are their short-term and long-term goals. I think it's very important for anyone who works at my UPS store to grow professionally. It's very important to have professional growth and financial growth. So anybody who comes in as an associate level understands that there is room for them to grow professionally and even make more money. And I am all for that, and I would support. So all my team members that are currently working are very honest. I have built my trust in them. They are hardworking, and they want to learn, and they want to work. So they have plenty of opportunities to grow. And I'm also encouraging my assistant managers to become notaries, and that's a separate thing that they can.
So people have to learn different skills. So if
Yes.
somebody is good at technology, that could be really,
Exciting for them.
it's really important, and it could also help them even if they move on to another business or whatever.
Yes.
So they're getting great skills. We were talking during the break about the importance of customer service.
Yes.
And why is customer service so important in a business like UPS? And from your experiences, do most businesses have good customer service?
Yes, customer service is the single most important thing. We are in this business to provide a service, and we offer a lot of different products and services. So making sure that we have a consistent customer service where we are greeting the customers, welcoming the customers, because we appreciate that they are coming to our store to give us business, and we want to make sure in return we are providing a high quality customer service where they are satisfied and they have a smile on their face when they leave the store. And that's my single most focus, that making sure my customers are happy, we are able to provide everything what they need under one destination. We have customers that they come, can I photocopy, and can I do notary, can I ship my package? So everything is done under one umbrella. So providing that service where they feel that we appreciate their business and they are happy, where they're getting value for what the money they are spending. So that is my single most important thing. And I want my customers to come back and say, yes, we are very happy. We want to come back. We want to do business here. and you guys are very polite. You're very courteous, and that's human nature. I think being polite and being courteous to customers is.
There's a saying, some businesses say the customer is always right. Do you have customers who are pains in the neck and always complaining, and how do you deal with them?
You know what? Yes, customer is always right is the saying, but I always feel that how we communicate with the customers is the most important thing. In this business, I feel we are dealing with so many different transactions. People come, with some questions. We listen to them and we tell them that this is how we should be able to do this, help you. If it's an Amazon return, because we do process Amazon returns, and that's the one transaction that I find a little bit challenging because Amazon sometimes does not provide the correct information to the customers, so they come with a certain expectation, and but we try our best to help them and educate them and let them know this is how it has to be done. So this way we can help them process their shipments or their returns, and they can get credit for it. So I believe sometimes if the customer is not aware of the rules and or the way we have to process their transactions, we just communicate with them politely, and they understand. And customers are very understanding if we communicate to them in the right way and we make them understand this is how things have to be done.
That is great. Before you opened up, you had a little obstacle with Con Ed. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we had a small issue where we had a moratorium on our gas connection that was accidentally disconnected. But with your support, Mr. Feiner, we were able to get our connection back, and that was very important for us because we are a 7-day operation, and running on electricity was going to be a big expense for my store. So we had to really make sure that we get our connection for the gas back. And
were you worried about losing the lease?
Yes. I was definitely worried about losing the lease and the location and all the investment that was already made in this project.
Would have that been totally your responsibility, or would have the landlord, UPS eaten up some of the losses?
No, this would have been all my responsibility.
So it was very stressful.
It was very, very stressful, and we had a timeline to open because corporate was ready with the opening of the store in March, and it was just a few days before that I got my gas connection back. So, and it wouldn't have been without your support. I am being very honest.
I didn't even realize that I made a difference. But,
yes, you made a big difference. Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, these little things could cause a major problem for businesses.
Yes.
How are you marketing your business? How are you publicizing it?
Yes.
Oh, and we have to take a break.
Yes, okay.
Well, I'm Paul Feiner, and Meeta Kumar has a new UPS store, and the location is?
656 Central Park Avenue in Scarsdale, New York, 10583.
Do you have a website?
Yes, we have a website.
And what's that?
It's the upsstore.com/7528.
Great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. Barry.
Now, back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Hi, I'm Paul Feiner. I'm the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and my guest is Meeta Kumar, who recently opened up a UPS store on Central Avenue in the Edgemont section of Greenburgh, a Scarsdale post office address. And I was asking, when you start a business, nobody knows that the business is opening. How do you market it? How do you get the word out?
So yes, we do. Being a franchise owner, we do have a lot of support from corporate, where they have their own marketing team that helps us create our Facebook page. Instagram page was the one that we created ourselves in-house, but we do get a lot of marketing help initially from corporate. But
and do you have to sort of contract with them for a certain amount each month that you have to use their services?
It's a part of our franchise agreement that we sign, and initially for the first 6 months, they help us with that support. And locally as well, I have been looking into a lot of different options. I know you, with your support, you did post us on social media on different platforms. So thank you so much again for spreading the word for us. I'm a member of the Scarsdale Business Alliance. And that has helped a lot of small local businesses know about our upcoming store. On Instagram, I mean, the social media has been one of the very strong platforms for us to spread the word. But in the next few months, I will be partnering up with the local publications with our special promotions or different services that we're going to be offering. So partnering up with the local publications, and building the presence on social media is the way that we are going to be spreading the word. And of course, the reviews that people like to post for us on different social media platforms also helps us spread the word. So word of mouth is primarily our strength that we have, which a lot of people are spreading across different communities.
And every time, the town has a mobile shredder, there's always lines, and you have shredding services, and there's no lines.
Yes, that's right. And what we are planning to do once our official store signs are going to be up, which is going to be in the next few weeks, we will plan a grand opening event, and I'm hoping I can tie it in with like an Iron Mountain shredding company to come on site and help the community to shred on site, because I do get a lot of questions when people ask me, how does the shredding happens? And we do tell them that it's an off-site shredding, and we have a shred bin that we usually use for storing all your. It's a sealed shred bin, so it's very secure. But people do like the fact that they can shred on site, so I think I'm going to plan to do that. That's going to help us bring the community together and make a big grand opening event.
Right. During the break, you indicated that sometimes when you open up a business, it's not always successful. And you've had experiences in the fashion industry.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, prior to opening this business, just before pandemic hit in 2019, I was helping artisans from India, to bring to actually bring their work to the United States. And how I was doing that was I started a company which was basically making high-end silk fabrics with a lot of art that was incorporated. So it was more art and fashion. So I would convert those silk outfits. I would make silk outfits out of those beautiful piece of work that those artisans would do. And we had about 5 or 6 exhibitions in New York City and across in California. But before pandemic, it was going very well, but then I had to make a tough decision. I had an international unit that I had built in 2019 that we had to close down because the artisans had to go back to the villages due to the shutdown. But that did not deter me from, or deter me from opening a new business or start a new business. So I had to close that business down, and then I looked into opening up a franchise business, which was a little bit more stable in today's environment. Yes.
But I guess the lesson is that people sometimes think when somebody's successful that they've always been successful.
Yes.
And you may try something and it doesn't work.
Yes.
And you have to learn how to get on your feet.
Yes.
And not get depressed and
yes.
feel life is over.
Yes, and try something new, something different. And never be scared of trying anything new. Yes.
Again, during the break, we were talking about your experiences with Con Ed and the difficulties and how you were worried about losing a lease. And there's bumps in the road when you start a business. And is that something that would you recommend that people plan for? So if somebody basically wants to open up a business no matter what, is it more likely that there's going to be problems along the way than everything going?
I think in today's environment, things are very different. So it kind of helps to factor those in and speak to more people who have been in this experience before, that helps. I have already got new people who are looking into getting into the franchise business have reached out to me, and I have forewarned them that if you are looking to build a new store, these are the challenges that can come your way. So please factor those in, especially when the timeline is that these were something that I was really surprised by. I was thinking everything is going very smoothly. My construction is done. I'm ready to open, and that's when I was faced with the challenge with Con Ed. Yes.
Well, in terms of when somebody is thinking about other franchise, I lost my train of thought. Opening up a business during a pandemic is difficult,
yes.
And right now the economy is not really that great. And is this the right time to open up a business?
Yes, especially if you are looking into getting into a franchise business. I believe in the UPS brand, truly believe in it, and I think without their support, I wouldn't have been able to open it. So if somebody wants to open a business in this environment, I think to have a solid brand, whether it is in the food industry or whether it is in logistics business, or I think they have proven track record of systems and processes in place that if you are willing to invest your time and money, can be very successful.
This is another question, and I'm probably normally I'd probably have to pay $300,000 for advice from a consultant, but Greenburgh has on Central Avenue a lot of empty businesses.
Yes.
If you were me, what action steps would you take to turn vacant storefronts into vibrant businesses? What type of businesses would you think could work on Central Avenue?
Definitely. I mean, we have a range of different businesses, from restaurants to retail store locations, and I would definitely encourage people to look into these franchise-owned businesses where, as I mentioned, you get a lot of support, and it definitely helps you build a strong foundation, and a strong start. So something I tried doing something on my own, starting from scratch. It becomes very difficult because of the support I did not have. I had to close down that business, but with the UPS, as I said, because it's a franchise-owned business, it gives an opportunity of a lot of individuals like me to have a safe investment and a secure investment.
So if somebody's interested in starting a business, is there a booklet listing all the franchises that they could,
Yes.
How do you choose what franchise to affiliate with?
So it requires what you're passionate about, what you're looking. Some people have interest in this. So there is a list of the top 100 franchisors in the country. And a lot of people, when they are looking into, there are different models. You can buy multiple locations for food industry, and that's a very common thing to do. Some of my friends have done that. They have bought franchises like Burger King, and they have brought multiple locations. Some people, they just have to identify what they are passionate about, what they would love doing. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, so I invested my time and my money in this. But there are different models. Do research, see what excites you at this point in your career. I have had a lot of people come and personally speak to me that they have gas stations, they have subways, and UPS allows you to have non-traditional locations as well. So you don't have to invest in a full build out. If you have a gas station, or if you have a drop-off point that you can have a small non-traditional location. So if you're looking into a UPS franchise, but there are a lot of different franchisors that would be interested in having businesses open on Central Park Avenue, because I feel Central Park Avenue is a great location for any individual to look into opening up a franchise business.
You should, in the next career, be like a professor of business and teach students how to start their own businesses.
Absolutely. I would love to share my experience, because I think being your own boss is the best thing, and helping people in the community and helping individuals I'm very passionate about it. So
That's great.
yes.
Unfortunately, we ran out of time, and if you tell us again the location and the website and phone number.
Sure, yes. The new UPS store is located at 656 Central Park Avenue in Scarsdale, New York, 10583. We are in the same shopping complex as Boston Market and Danny Cycles. Our store telephone number is 914-713-4222.
Being near a bicycle store that's popular probably is helpful.
Yes, very, 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 very. Danny Cycle has been in business for the last 40 years, and we are very, very fortunate to be one of the tenants in the same shopping
Right,
center.
so it's important to have an anchor store.
Yes, yes.
Great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. Thank you. See everybody next week.